Hello, my dear crafters. I am very happy to see you again on my channel. I'm sorry I didn't appear here for the long time. The principal reason for this is that I am quite struggling to make videos on English, and as you see, I'm not very confident with my English, but I will try to do my best. And I wanted to invite you to check my another channel in the Russian language. It's Vita Crafts Ru, the same name but with RU. I will put it here on screen. I've done subtitles in different languages on my last videos, and if you are interested to see more about my knitting, about my vlogs, you are all welcome to come to that channel and subscribe maybe, and tell me if it's all right for you to watch my videos with subtitles, or you would prefer me to make my videos here in English and not perfect English, as you see. And on this channel we are knitting, we are talking, we are crocheting as well. And today I came with my talking video about what I was doing this time. And I have a lot of things to present you. I've made a couple of more things, but today we will talk about this little project I've made during this last time. And I will start with the socks. I continue with my socks, and I don't remember if I show you this hat. I made the video about yarn from Lidl I bought, and this was the finishing way of this yarn. This was 200 grams balls of yarn. This was sock yarn, and I managed to make, let me take this out for now, I managed to make all these things from these two balls of yarn. Then it was 200 grams of 4-ply yarn, 4-ply yarn for socks, and I've managed to make 2 pairs of female size socks and my lovely double hat. Then I started with a hat. I show these hats and I love them, and I am planning to make tutorial and make a pattern for these hats, because I think they are wonderful and they are very easy to make, and they are very good for beginners as well, because it's just involved knit stitches in the round. And the idea of my double hat is just wonderful. You can have its 2 sides, then this one have a brim, and you can use it like this color, or you can turn it other side, put the brim up, and you can use this with this color. And basically the use your creativity, and combinations are endless. You can use your rest of the sock yarn, because I always have a rest of the sock yarn, and you can make this type of the hat. You can do it 2 colors, like here I was showing here with no brim. I have this double hat. Here is one color, inside is another color, and I think I will call them magic hat. They are very nice, very universal, and I love this. Then this was a hat, and then obviously I had the rests of the yarn, leftovers, and I managed to make these 2 pairs of socks with leftovers. As you see here, I used just a normal yarn, and it was 2 colors, and you will probably saw in my previous videos about Lidl yarn. If you didn't, just look at the channel and you can see. Maybe I will leave the link in description as well. Then this was 1 pair, just different color rib, heel, and toes. And here I was using that technique, we call it helix. I'm not sure what is the right name in English. This was a helix technique where we change the color each round. Then we do one round with one color and one round with contrasting color. And then this way we don't cut our yarn anywhere. Then we start here with this color, main color, then we continue, then without cutting the yarn, we work at the heel, and then continue alternating each round our two colors, and then finishing with the main color. And basically I used all my yarn this way. Another thing I wanted to show you, I think I show you this lovely socks which I've made. I had two 50 grams balls of this lovely sock yarn. I've done this one, and if you need the tutorial, just let me know in comments. And then I had some leftovers as well, and I decided to combine this color, and this was leftovers of the opal. You know, it was opal neon colors. This was opal orange color. And here is another pair of socks. I've done here little butterflies. They are supposed to be butterflies. They are very, very minimal butterflies, but I will post the video just about this pattern, how you make these butterflies. They are easy, simple to make, but you need to know some stuff. And that's why I've made a little tutorial about these butterflies, and you can use them in other patterns or for garments as well. And just keep in touch. These socks I've done here, this boomerang heel or wrap and turn, I think, and you can find tutorial on my channel about this heel. Easy to make. And here, as these heels are usually not very big, I made my gusset here. I added 3 stitches on each side before starting heel. Then I made a heel, and then I decreased these 3 stitches. This will give you a much better fit for this type of the heel. Here is my socks with butterflies. And then I wanted to show you another work of mine, this lovely hat I've done. I was learning new technique. It's called entrelac. It's complicated, and to be honest, I wasn't very happy about this technique, because it's not easy to make, because you basically work each of these parts on the plain knitting, and then you pick the stitches and you go to another part, and then each part you work separately, and it's create this pattern. I saw people make even jumpers. I don't think I would be able to to make a jumper, because I like simple things, and this was kind of very challenging for me. But I quite like, maybe not with this yarn, probably this was just leftovers for me, and I just didn't want to make another pair of socks, because I had a lot of this yarn. This is yarn from Lidl as well. Then this hat is double as well. Then on top I was starting from here, as you see, very nice crown created with these little fragments. We knit all of them separately. I start with a fragment of 7 stitches. Then I've done 2 rows with 8 stitches in each fragment, and then I went to 9 stitches. And when I came down here, I start from crown. I came here, and then I continue. Look, I continue plain stockinette, and I've done my beautiful crown again. And this is the internal part of the head. This is the same construction, but with the difference that this part I used this different technique, entrelac. And I'm thinking, if you do it like some nice colors and do like 1 or 2 rows in one color. Rows are, we count in these fragments, it's 1 row, and then we go another row this way, and then another row this way. And then I was thinking that probably it could be a very nice hat if you do in maybe some not contrasting. I think if you go from darker to lighter color, maybe would be nice. But I just was trying the technique, and actually I was on my holidays, and this just get the yarn which I had leftovers, and just made it basically in front of the fire when we was camping. And this was my hat, and I think if you like it, let me know. Maybe we can try some other option. And I just say what I can say, that this is not a beginner's project. This is quite advanced knitting technique, and it's require very nice stitch tension, and when you do plain knitting, your stitches need to be nice and perfect. Then let me know if you would like to do something like this, to learn this kind of technique. That's all for today, and keep in touch. I will post butterflies tutorial very soon, and that's it. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you like what I'm doing. I will try to do more for you this time, not staying out, and I will do my best with my English, because actually I don't want to start using AI, because AI translation is not very good, and I personally don't like this maybe with perfect English, but I don't like these mechanical voices which created by AI. I think it's killing all personal touch, and I think we are here for personal interaction. That's why I tell it, because we are all living with gadgets, and I think knitting and something like, I like the personal touch. And then I'll see you, and if we will knit and crochet more. And I have a very interesting video coming about how I visit yarn festival in UK. Then if you're interested, just stay somewhere around, and I will do my best. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next videos. Bye bye.